few weeks ago, I was happily sulking by my swimming pool. What do you want?
Just came by to see if there's something I can help you with.
I'm retired.
This Prima Games video is a discussion of the new official trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm John Benjamin, joined by Chris Buffa and Robert Workman, both of Prima Games. So, Rockstar just released this new trailer, and they're billing it as the official trailer for the game. There are a lot of details that we can infer from what's going on. So, guys, let's start with Buffa. What's your reaction just watching this short trailer?
Well, it was good to see new elements to the story. I felt like it focused more on Michael, possibly suggesting that he is the central character of the game. It seems like Trevor, who's a friend of his, comes back 10 years after some sort of event happened, negatively, and convinces him to get back into a life of crime. What I also took from the trailer is that Trevor, he's going to be a difficult guy to work with, right? So we see the one scene where he rips the briefcase out of Michael's hands. In another scene where he's banging his head against a pallet leaning up against a house or something. You know, when you have heists like jobs like this in the criminal world, I suppose, you know, the more guys you have involved, the more risk there is for one of them to screw everything up, and maybe Trevor's that guy.
I'm seeing Trevor, yeah, he seems like a little bit of
You
a
know
basket
what?
case.
I actually think Trevor would be the most entertaining character in the game. I mean, at one point during like a previous gameplay clip, we saw him racing around in an ATV in his underwear. I mean, that just says it all about Trevor. I mean, like he you know, in this trailer, he's banging his head against a piece of wood. He's like, nobody told me. You know, he's frustrated. I've had days like that, but you know, he's so unpredictable. I think he would probably be the most entertaining character in the game. But like Chris said, I think it'll focus primarily on Michael, how he's related to Trevor in the past with a job that was botched, and now like how he has to turn to him because his family's kind of driving him nuts. You know, they bled him dry according to backstory from the game, and now he has to kind of like reluctantly get back into a life of crime. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two intertwine, because obviously Michael and Trevor couldn't be any more different. Michael's suave, retired, enjoying life. Trevor's panicky, over the edge, that sort of deal. And it's also going to be interesting to see how Franklin ties into this, because he's like this young kid who's just like trying to like make a name for himself, and he's like got to deal with both of these guys at the same time.
Yeah, it seems like a really motley crew, and you know, there's this fourth guy who helps coordinate a lot of these heists, and we've seen him a few times, so it doesn't seem, obviously I don't think he's a playable character, but he seems to play a really big part of the story.
I think he puts together the jobs. I think you have to go to him to find out what your next, you know, what the next heist is, what sort of fallout comes from a heist that you have to clean up, like that sort of deal. So I think he's like the central hub sort of character that you go to. At least that's what I gathered from the trailers.
Yeah, it seems so. Buffa, what do you think? Any surprises? Anything surprised you from this one? I mean, we've seen so many trailers so far. You know, I love them all. I mean, it seems like this is the game to get in just a few weeks' time. But what surprised you from this one?
Honestly, nothing. It was good to see. It really did just focus on the story, more or less, with you know, scenes of action peppered in here and there, like at the end with the jet flying in and blowing everything up. I'm not sure if that's, I think it's a bridge, maybe. Yeah, it was just good. I like that scene where, you know, the beach is the backdrop and you see, you know, the computer controlled characters walking around doing their thing. It'll be interesting to follow some of these characters and see what they do, where they go. Do they have, you know, a routine or separate activities?
Yeah. It seems that seeing this heavy gun and seeing the jet, they definitely have a lot of, you know, cool action scenes here. So just seeing that heavy gun just made me like, wow, it's going to get intense, and it reminds me of, you know, previous Grand Theft Autos where, you know, it does ramp up. It does have that crescendo to that explosive finale in GTA 4, for example.
I thought the trailer was rather brief, honestly. I mean, if this is the official trailer for the game, like previous snippets have been clocking in about like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, everything like that. And I guess they don't want to give away too much of the story, so I can understand the, you know, the short and length there. But I don't, like you said, I wanted to see more of the exciting moments in the game. I wanted to see more of the heavy gun. I wanted to see the jet fly by. I am now tempted to just fly everywhere in a jet and just rain down gunfire on traffic. That I just want to do that all day. In the game, by the way, not a psychotic.
Fair enough.
not a psychotic. Besides, I don't have access to a jet if I wanted one. But no, I mean, I like how it gets right to the point and explains, like, okay, so this is what's going to be in the game. This is kind of a hint of the backstory. And it really gets us excited for it. In fact, I think Chris actually said something earlier today. He was talking about, like, it's not really a smart move for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One to take away backward compatibility because this is going to be a popular game for some time. I mean, I really don't see how this game is going to fail. Almost every aspect of it looks polished and just like a lot of fun to play, no matter what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, just, the trailer looked great. To your point about backwards compatibility, I could have definitely seen, day one early adopters for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 adding this game to the ones that they buy. So yeah, backwards compatibility, it would have been nice to see. However, at this point, most of us all have a PlayStation 3 or a 360 lying around somewhere. So it does appear those machines are going to see a lot of action after the next gen launch.
I think we can wrap it up here, but it's only a few more weeks to go. We're really close to the launch. PrimaGames.com, we're going to have all the coverage, strategies, walkthroughs, stuff like that. Any final thoughts?
I probably should do a video of me banging my head against a piece of plywood to see how it affects you in the game. Nah, I won't do that.
Hey, but that could be a viral video. Maybe we'll get to that sometime.
Exclusive, yeah.
Nice. Guys, Buffo, Robert, thanks. And PrimaGames.com for more.